Today we're going to go over the longtail cast on. We're using a single ply blue variegated yarn and a size 10 straight needle. So for a longtail cast on, you need to have enough yarn at the end that you can use it to make the number of stitches you're going to do. Today we're just going to do 10, so we don't need a very long tail. If you were casting on 100 stitches, you would need a much longer tail. And there's a few ways that you can estimate how much yarn you're going to need. One very basic way that works if you're not casting on a lot of stitches is just to wrap the yarn around the needle twice for every stitch you're going to do. So, and leaving 2 to 3 inches before you start wrapping. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this should give me enough tail to cast on at least 10 stitches. So I'm going to make a slip knot, and I'm going to do that right about here where we measured. So I'll make a loop, put the tail across the back of the loop, and pull it through the middle, pulling down on both sides. I want the tail to be away from me, the working yarn that's connected to the ball towards me, and needle inside that loop. I'm going to pull that tight so that it still slides but doesn't fall off. Now, if you've already watched the very basic cast on video, the first part is the same. And if you haven't watched it, we'll go over it now. You kind of hold on to the yarn with your fingers and tuck your thumb under. This creates a little loop that your needle can go in. Now you leave the loop on your thumb and take the tail, wrap it around the point. And then that loop comes over the tip of your needle. You pull down on both sides of the yarn. I kind of keep my finger here so I don't end up pulling my yarn off the end. Now I have 2 loops, and I'm going to do that again. I'm going to stick my thumb underneath the yarn that's connected to the ball, put my needle into the hole, up your thumb from the bottom towards the top. Keep that right on your thumb, wrap the yarn around the tail, the side that ends, and then pull your loop over, hold it on, pull down on both of them. Now you'll notice the way I'm holding it, my thumb is already underneath that yarn again. And if that's the case, I can just pick my thumb up and put my needle inside the hole. So again, when I pulled down, I used my thumb to pull down. So I just kind of flick it up, ready to go from the palm up towards the top of your thumb. Wrap this yarn around, pull the loop over, hold on, pull down on both sides. My thumb's already in place. I'm going to wrap it up, flick it up, put my needle in, wrap this yarn around, then the loop over. Now, if I don't put my finger on here, this is what happens. The yarn can kind of start to get pulled around. It gets kind of close to that end. You can see all the stitches sliding. That's why I like to hold on, just to kind of keep the yarn exactly where I want it. Repeat, wrap, pull over, hold, slide. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 4 more. Wrap, pull over, pull down. Wrap, pull over, pull down. You can do this closer or further away from the tip. I find it helpful to be kind of close to the tip so that you have less, you're not wrapping as far. This doesn't have to pull up as far, but it will still work even if you do it further down. Go in, wrap it around. You just need, you might have to pull it a little bit bigger, and then more yarn to pull down at the end. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. If you do more than you need, you can just slide the last one off. Count one more time to be sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There you go.